everyone, it's me, Dolls and Pop. Welcome back to Crafting and Cryptids, episode 4. Doing pretty well, guys. Doing pretty well. So, I'm not cold or anything, I just not feeling my oats, so didn't really want to get dressed up. Put my face on, because you can't go on YouTube without your face on, can you? Today, I will be making a polymer clay monster. I bought some acrylic teeth, and I bought some glass eyes. Now, partway through, you'll notice that the eyes change colour. For some reason, they weren't oven safe, so they kind of turned a completely different colour. But that doesn't matter because it still turned out cool. Still turned out cool anyway. This week, I've been seeing loads of mad stuff on TikTok about mermaids and sirens, because this guy, we'll get into it, right? Let's just start at the beginning of the video. You ready to dive deep? Let's dive deep down and see if we can find some mermaids. So, what's the difference between a mermaid and a siren? Quite a lot, actually. The two words often get interchanged, but they're not the same thing at all. Sirens live on an island somewhere in between Italy and Sicily. They are women with bird wings. They would sing this beautiful song, and the sailors would be like, whoa, gotta go and see what that is. And then the ship crashed, sailors were eaten, sirens were happy. It was also said that sirens had to kill people. If somebody heard the siren's song and got away without dying, then the siren would die. So, you know, it's not really a good deal for them. There were 7 sirens in Greek mythology. The sirens were said to be the product of some sexy time between the god Aeschylus and one of the 9 muses. We don't really know which one is the real mother, because it does actually change from story to story. So the sirens would sit on the shores of their island and they would sing, and the sailors would come and die. Mermaids, however, are completely different, because mermaids are half woman and half fish, as I'm sure you all know. But where did mermaids come from? Because in every single civilization, in every country across the world, there's folklore, myth and legends about mermaids. So why did everybody suddenly start seeing mermaids? When did it start? How did it start? Is it still continuing? And why the hell do we love mermaids so much? Well, hopefully we can answer a couple of those questions. The earliest found tale that features a mermaid comes from ancient Assyria in 1000 BC, so a really long time ago. Atargatis was the first mermaid and the mermaid goddess who has been worshipped throughout the centuries. Atargatis was a beautiful woman and a very powerful priestess. She fell in love with a shepherd boy who was mortal, and when it came time to... he just couldn't keep up, and during their lovemaking he died. But before he died, he managed to get her pregnant. So Atargatis was left without her one true love, the only love that she'd ever had, pregnant. She didn't know what to do. After that, she became extremely distraught, really remorseful, and in the end she walked down to the ocean, lay on the beach, gave birth to her baby daughter, and threw herself into the ocean, hoping that she would drown. But the gods were like, you were too pretty to die. So they turned her into a mermaid, the first mermaid. So they kept to her beauty while giving her the skills to survive in the ocean. And from there, they made her a goddess. She was seen as a goddess of protection and fertility. And from there, that's where all the rest of the mermaid stories sprung from. But sailors have always reported sightings of mermaids from when we first started sailing the oceans. And over the years, it's been debunked. People have said, oh, it's a manatee, oh, it's a shark or a dolphin or something, and you just weren't seeing right. And yet, they have still captivated us. Now, there's also been many hoaxes over the years. Mermaid corpses have shown up in freak shows and travelling circuses, but they've always been debunked. They've always found that it's just like one of them turned out to be half of a fish and half of a monkey sewn together. which is obviously why they've become folklore, and science is like, that's not real. We've just always accepted it as one of our best loved folklores. It's inspired Disney's Little Mermaid, and that's where most children get into it, because let's face it, kids love mermaids. I don't care what gender you are. If you didn't pretend that you were a mer person when you were little, then you just didn't live. You just had a terrible childhood. I'm sorry to tell you that. Then, in 2012, the Animal Planet and the Discovery Channel decided that they were just going to fuck with everyone, right? They were just going to pull a little prank. They decided to release a mockumentary, which you may or may not remember. It was called Mermaids, The Body Found. It was a full documentary style. It's set up with scientists talking about new evidence and presents lots of CGI footage, 2012 CGI as well, so it probably wouldn't hold up today. But it actually drew the biggest audience since Steve Irwin's memorial broadcast. People loved it, and in 2013 they tried to do like a little follow-up, which wasn't quite as successful, and that was called Mermaids, The New Evidence. I would highly recommend watching them because they're just fun. I like them. They make you go all Fox Mulder. I want to believe. I do. I really do want to believe. But we're going to go a little bit conspiracy theory in a minute, which, come on, let's just have some fun, eh? Do mermaids exist? I want to say yes. I'm going to say yes. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to say yes. Because I don't go in the ocean. I actually am really, really scared of like deep water. I can't swim, so I stay the fuck out of the ocean. Like, I know people, when people get bit by sharks, I go, shouldn't have been in the house then, should ya? So how does that tie into modern myths? Well, obviously there's too many to cover, but the reason that I made this video is because I stumbled across a collection of TikToks from the user called Too Much Sauce, aka Sauce90. Now, I don't know about you guys, I don't know if you've seen this or not, but when I saw it, it just rekindled like a childlike glee and just absolute fascination. So now I'm going to tell you the story as I know it from what I've gathered from the TikToks and other things, and of course I'm going to include those videos, and with many thanks to Too Much Sauce, aka Sauce90. So it started during a live stream. The user, known then as Too Much Sauce, is a fisherman, and he spends a lot of time out in the oceans on a boat, on a rig. One evening he was doing a live stream on his TikTok just about life on the ocean at night time and how beautiful it is, and when he came out there was lots of strange singing noises that in his video he captioned as dolphins. He loves to hear dolphins sing. It was then duetted by another user who said, that's not dolphins, this is really not dolphins. And look at Too Much Sauce's reaction. This is a genuine reaction. He already knows that it's not dolphins. Check this out.
You hear them? They're singing. I love my job, I swear.
First of all, let me tell you something. You have no reason being out there, okay? Secondly, the planet, my spirit guides tell me the planet is roughly about 75 billion years old. Secondly, what you're hearing, that is not dolphins, bro.
I know this. I know.
It's not whales. No.
I know.
This is what a dolphin sounds like.
Thank you, Sean.
That's what a dolphin sounds like.
That's a
You
dolphin.
hear that? That's a dolphin. That is a dolphin. What you're hearing is a siren.
He kept making videos with updates because obviously people were like, well, what is it? Because that guy was like, it's sirens. Now, as we've already covered in this video, it's probably not sirens. It is probably mermaids. Mermaids can sing too if they wanted to, I'm sure. There was another video where there was a crab that was on the deck and he threw it back, continued with his video, and then something threw the crab back on the deck. You can watch that video right now.
Huh, Mr. Krabs? Tell him, Mr. Krabs. Actually, you know what, homie? I'm gonna throw you back in your ocean. Because we're not catching you. Be free. Be free, homie. Let's just walk right back. Let's see if we can find... Oh! Yo! Oh, hell no!
The strange sound even followed him into port. You can see his ship's docked, the sound is still continuing, and he turns to another sailor and says, "Do you hear that?" And the guy says, "Yeah, I've no idea what it is."
At the docks, though? Hey, yo, you hear that? I know what the fuck that is. I know what the fuck that is. That bitch followed me the fuck in.
There's then another video where he finds a strange bone that looks the shape of what you imagine the end of the mermaid's tail. It's that shape. He actually takes it to a museum, and the guy there, the scientist, is just like, "I have no idea what that is. I've never seen one of those before. I'm stumped." There's also a couple of other videos where he hears knocking outside of the ship, right where his bed is on the inside, and where you can see trails in the water from something swimming very fast. Now, the interesting thing is that TikTok actually shut down his account. It was gone for no reason, reasons unknown, which was just really suspicious, wasn't it? But he came back under a different name, which is Sauce90, and he continued to upload his videos. And then, you know, he decides to start making YouTube videos and puts it across other platforms so that if it keeps getting deleted, the videos are still available, and you can find links for those in the description. But then things start getting really weird, because then it blows up on TikTok and people from other places all over start recording and uploading and tagging videos of them near the water, and they're hearing the same sounds, which is pretty weird. Then the government show up on this guy's boat for no reasons. Like, they didn't have any very good reasons. They were just like, "Oh, we're testing," which is just, it's a bit too many coincidences, really, isn't it? A bit suspicious. The accounts keep getting shut down, then the government show up. What is going on? I mean, there's always a chance that it could be a hoax, but I for one really hope that it's true, because I just think it's a really cool story. Scientists and, you know, people say there's a certain part of the oceans that we can't go to because they're too deep and the pressure would kill people, it would kill machinery, just kill everything. But what if we can, we're just not allowed to go there because that's where they live? There could very well be mermaids. Like, it could be a human hybrid. I don't know. And there's a lot of other videos on TikTok, and they kind of show glimpses of creatures that look like mermaids. Looks like a woman, but then you see a little bit of a tail. I really don't know the validity of these because they're just not a clear video. I'm very good at telling the difference between whether something is real or whether something is fake. And I know that mermaiding is actually like a super legit, like, popular hobby. And what that is it's people who are just absolute mermaid enthusiasts, and they buy these really elaborate latex tails that are hand painted and they look real, and they put them on, and because it's latex it fits right to the skin, and it really does look convincing. And if you've ever been to anywhere that has a mermaid cafe where it has performers in the water performing and acting as mermaids, they wear them. So it could actually be incredibly difficult, because mermaiders do like to just go to random watery places with the tails and just be mermaids for a day, and that can attract crowds and that can attract people filming it, and it can also, it puts it on the internet, and then it can kind of lose its context and get seen as something that's real when it's just not. But there is a lot of other evidence out there that is incredibly convincing. There's videos from Coast Guard when they've been to rescue. The Coast Guard have no reason to fake videos, do they? And with this happening with Sauce90, because it happened on a live video, then it's going to be really difficult to set up any kind of trickery. There's been a lot of people who've been trying to debunk him. He has a lot of evidence, and while they might be able to pick apart one or two pieces, they just simply can't deny it all. There's some things that, you know, how did the crab get thrown back overboard? Something would have to be in the water, and it's not going to be a fisherman, is it, or someone from his boat, because they would freeze. They would freeze in the water at night time, and it'd simply be just too dangerous to try and pull a stunt like that or a prank like that. All this, I actually saw it on Facebook first of all, and that's when I fell down the rabbit hole. You can see for yourself, I'm going to include links. So do I think that mermaids are real? Yes. Do I think that it's Sirens in the video? No. Do I think that Sauce90 is going to be abducted by a mermaid? Possibly. And there's always been a lot of weird and unexplained noises happening in the ocean. And all you have to do is look at the kind of stuff that already exists in the ocean, right? This is why I don't like it. I'm respectful and I stay the fuck out because of creatures like this. Like, look at it. Look at one of these. Look at that. I don't want to see one of those. That's horrid. I think there's mermaids out there just because of all the weird things that already exist. So maybe it's time for you and me to go and find out for ourselves. Maybe we should start spending more time at the beach, just staring out at the water. That was the whole episode. So now I just really want to thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching me be a total weirdo. And thank you for making this possible, because I have a lot of disabilities to fight and you guys watching it just gives me a reason and motivation to keep making these silly little videos. So I hope that you'll continue to join me in the future. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on my Facebook page at Dolls and Pop. You can see it here, and you can see a link in the description. I hope to see you next week. We've got tips on Tuesday, crafting and cryptids on Sunday.